What's up, guys? We're starting a new podcast here. It's going to be called OT with Coach and the Kid. I'm Landry Ward. I'll be the kid part. This is Dietter Navarro. He'll be the coach. I guess starting out, we're just going to give a little test run and do a 30-minute episode here. It's going to be the first one that we're going to release. Y'all be ready. Today is, what's today? February 23rd or 4th, and we'll be releasing it tomorrow. Pretty much in the podcast, we're just going to be talking, bullshitting, might run over some current events, some sports news, obviously some MMA fighting news. But for now, we'll just talk. Y'all can get to know us a little bit, and then eventually we'll go live on like Facebook or something, YouTube, let other people comment in whenever we get this whole thing figured out. It was a process setting it up. So, yeah, my coach actually, he's quitting his job, becoming a full-time coach again, getting him back in the gym.
Surprise, Mom.
Yeah, he pulled the, it's my last week of work. I'm going to leave early today.
Yeah, man, I had it with that place today. It was driving me crazy.
Good to be back in the house. Now we can play some video games. I can beat his ass in UFC a little bit more.
Yeah, FIFA. FIFA's my game.
He'll probably say Cubans are better at soccer than anybody, too. This guy loves him and his Cuban heritage.
Yeah, we don't play soccer.
Okay, all right. At least he's honest.
That's for the Mexicans.
He can say that. I can't.
So, yeah, I guess today we'll be going over the Felder Hooker fight for a little while. Just give our thoughts on that fight. So, how did you feel that fight went?
I thought it was such a close fight. You know, obviously when you have close fights like that, people, he got robbed, or politics, man, was in another country. But that was truly a down-to-the-wire fight, and it could have gone either way. Personally, maybe a little bit biased because I like Felder. I probably would have had Felder winning. Hooker got that takedown in the fifth that probably secured the round for him. I had a 2-2 going into the fifth, but yeah.
I had it also 2-2 going into the fifth, but I feel like Felder won too. It's just I don't see how they could give so much weight to a takedown towards the ending of a fight. Felder landed the better punches. I think he dictated the pace of the fight. So I maybe it's favorism, but I feel like Felder won too.
Yeah,
but
he definitely had that kept putting the pressure on him. Same thing like the John Jones Dominic Reyes. People are like, but the pressure, the cage control does play a factor.
Yeah, it was definitely not a robbery. I could see both sides of the argument. Like the Reyes one too. I feel like that third round was a huge round in the Reyes fight, but at least there were good fights. It was a good card too for relatively unknown fighters that not too many people know about. It was a great card.
For that card did deliver. ESPN, they're putting on for the ESPN Plus. Yeah, I thought it was interesting going into I think it was third or fourth when Duke Rufus said, "You're here fighting for your daughter." Remember that? And then he came out, and if it was the third or fourth, whichever round, Felder came out like he was fighting with a purpose. Something switched, and he just started committing to everything. Like in the first and second round, he was like a little bit hesitant because of the distance, and then I guess Rufus hit a nerve, and he started going off on him.
Yeah, I think it was the fourth round. He came out guns blazing. I think it was that, and also he saw that he knew that there was urgency because he was the away guy, and we all know how it goes. That home court advantage bullshit that happens in almost every fight, but it is what it is. It was a great fight. Everybody won that night, I think.
Yeah, true. Home field advantage, us being from Texas. Well, me being from Texas, him moving there and then dragging me out to Florida. Texas had the worst with the with the judges in the home court advantage, taking some heat in the John Jones Reyes fight and then the Derrick Lewis and Lear Latifi fight. That one, I think it was a clear robbery, but H-Town represent.
Yeah, I want to publicly say fuck that guy. I gave that 4-1 fucking scorecard for that Reyes fight. That guy's full of shit.
Bro, that's so bad. I think people saying he was like looking down, not watching the fight. I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah, I don't understand how you could score that one 4-1 either. That just makes zero sense.
That's crazy. But at least this week we got some good fights on the 28th, right?
28th. I don't know if it's this week, but I think March 6th or 7th, your boy fights.
Yeah, March 7th is the Joel fight.
Yeah, I think there's a little break, and then we get Yoel Adesanya.
Joanna, whatever her last name is fighting.
Oh,
too,
yeah,
right?
Joanna is fighting Wei Lee.
Yeah.
I gotta look these up. I wasn't ready for these.
That Chinese girl could throw down. She's legit.
She's a little tank.
Have you seen her conditioning work?
Nah, I haven't watched it.
You gotta watch that shit on YouTube. She's legit. I heard them talking about it. I believe it was today or the day before. Yeah, it was today. And I went on YouTube. She puts in that work.
I mean, it shows when she fights. This guy sends me everything but women working out, so.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Valentina's
the only women fighter we follow.
Yeah, I like her a lot. But other than that, I respect them, but it's not my cup of coffee.
And for some reason, Joanna's starting to look a little attractive, too.
Yeah.
I think it's that surgery she had.
She's going to have trouble making weight now.
I think she did have a little bit of trouble in her last fight. Why is this not coming up?
I think there's a tight. I think there's a Titan FC fight this weekend. That's what it is.
There's Titan FC.
Yeah.
I think Francesco's Roman. I think he's fighting there.
Oh yeah, I think Charlie Decker's fighting too.
Decker.
Shout out to Charlie Decker. Good fighter from Florida.
Charlie Decker and Game Bread. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, there's nothing till the Adesanya Yoel and Joanna Wei Lee. Oh, Drakkar Close and Beneil Dariush are fighting. That should be a pretty good one.
Fight. Oliveira's fighting Alex Oliveira.
Yeah, Alex Oliveira fighting Max Griffin.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
The Brazilian Cowboy. That guy is a lunatic. That guy reminds me of the Pereira guy.
Yeah.
Just a slightly toned down Pereira. Eric Sands, he said that they were in the back when Mark and Montana fought, and they were in the same locker room as Pereira. And Pereira did a backflip and kicked a paper towel dispenser off a wall.
That's crazy.
Dude is a lunatic.
That's Bailey going crazy over there. We're gonna have to find a place to put her.
Yeah, this dog is. Hey, what's going on down here?
We're gonna give you to what's her name, Chi, whatever her name.
I don't think that's in Whaley's diet.
We're gonna have to edit this shit.
I don't know how to do that yet.
Hey,
Shit.
stop it.
New to the podcasting scene. I barely figured out how to set up these microphones and shit.
So back to the Felder fight, man. If Felder retires, man, that's a loss to the game. That guy's a fucking warrior, man.
For real, that caught me by surprise. I don't even know how old he is, but him saying he's gonna retire is like, I don't know. I still feel like he has a lot left in the tank, but you know when you have a family, shit changes.
Yeah.
34 years old.
Somebody's getting not somebody. Hooker's getting a big fight after this fight. He's up there now.
He was ranked 7th. He asked for Justin Gaethje, huh? I think Justin Gaethje might be a little too much for him.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants that. I don't think nobody wants that right now. That's the dark horse in that weight class.
For real. He did come out. Did you see the video he came out with Henry Cejudo?
Oh yeah. Trying Connor.
Henry, man, that guy is something else. So cringy. He feeds off of it.
Yeah.
Colby's a little bit like that, but he plays a more political character than.
Yeah, that guy's an acquired taste too. You either like him or you hate him. I like him. I think he's good for the sport.
Which one is that? Henry.
Henry.
You like Colby?
He's alright, bro. He's not a bad dude. He's doing what he's got to do to put asses on the seats. You got to respect that.
Yeah, he found a niche, and he's about to get cut by the UFC, and was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do?" Found it and ran with it.
Yeah.
What else? We're gonna get to the Fury Wilder, talking about boxing. That's what this guy loves. Cuban, love their boxing. I thought it was. I think boxing turned into a show. The last couple big cards I've watched, the walkouts have been a huge spectacle. Maybe even more than the fights.
Yeah, it's back in the early '90s, '80s. It was always like that. It just boxing died out, and now it's kind of coming back again with like Fury, Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, Ugas. They got a lot of talent right now in boxing, but man, fucking Tyson Fury became the king of boxing on Saturday night.
Wasn't this like I don't know if it was most anticipated or whatever heavyweight fight in 30 years or biggest implications in the heavyweight division in 20, 30 years?
Yeah, in ages. That was probably like the fight that saved boxing for real right now. Like to give it notoriety against, especially since the UFC came out, it's been killing boxing. I think this one kind of saved them a little bit, gave him some more time.
It was huge. Starting late, had to be up early, and even I was like, I'm still gonna have to watch this. Two huge characters. What Gendry said, they looked like two Fortnite characters walking to the cage.
Don't get me started.
To the ring.
Don't get me started with the simulation
With the simulation. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
But yeah, man, I think fucking Fury had a perfect game plan, executed it, and he was a better fighter that night. So much props to him. And actually, I want to look up his name, but you got to give a lot of respect to the cornerman that stopped the fight for Wilder. Like, you got to take care of your fighters. Me as a coach, at least I look at it that way. But that guy, man, he doesn't get enough praises, I believe, for what he did. He could have saved his life, maybe not, but it was looking bad for Wilder.
Yeah. As a fighter, I have the pride, I never want to surrender. But when even being a fighter and seeing somebody bleeding from their ear and stumbling all over the ring, it's like, I don't know, man. This doesn't look too well. And he was getting hit a lot. He could barely walk. I know part of it was probably from being tired, but if you see somebody bleeding from the ear, I imagine as a coach, you're like, "Ooh, I think I might have to step in and save my fighter." Nobody in the sport, especially nobody in his family or anything, wants to see somebody die in the ring. So
yeah, and it was his ear bleeding, the way he was moving, he was just falling from everything. He just didn't look all there. He looked concussed, to tell you the truth. And there's been a couple, like 2 deaths this year, right, in boxing?
Yeah, 2 deaths. I think last year. I think they were in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. So it's like you got to take shit like that serious. You're getting paid a lot of money, and then you're spending a lot of time with these guys. You should care about them. You shouldn't just look at them as paychecks.
That's why I'm happy to have this guy by my side.
Don't fucking touch me, bro.
Don't touch me, bro. But keep touching me. Shout out King and the Stink, Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, and Brandon Schaub.
But yeah, those 2 deaths, actually, one of them, the cornerman stood in front of his fighter and was like, I have to stop this. Like, I can't let you take any more punishment. And then 3 days or something later, that kid died. So even the coach, that shows you what a dangerous sport boxing, fighting, any combat sport is that a guy even stopped the fight early and still he came out, tried to save the fighter, and the fighter passed, unfortunately. But it's a wild game, if you can call it a game.
Yeah, there's guys like Preacher Colon, a Puerto Rican fighter. Kid left the fight looking normal, walked out of the ring, and the kid's been like, he can't even talk anymore. It's a lot of fighters that Terry Norris can't even talk right now from all the punishment he took, and if you let guys just accumulate, that type of punishment is not gonna be good for them in the long run. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when you hear like a Max Holloway or Stipe Miocic talk, I'm like, is that a little bit of brain damage, or is it just the way they are? Because both of them have slurred words. And I know Max gets in there and throws down, so something could be happening there. But
Yeah, Stipe sounded bad after that Cormier fight. He didn't sound like he was all there.
uh, back to Holloway, he even sounds bad, and then he sounded even worse. Remember that one time that Bisping called him out on air? He's like, "You all right?" I was good seeing a fighter look out for another fighter.
Yeah,
Sure enough, he was concussed.
Max, man, Max. To me, doesn't get enough credit. That guy's the beast, man. That guy's one of the best of all time. And he's a fat boy at heart. I like that.
He is a fat boy at heart. It's crazy. At least from what I've heard, he walks around like 180, 185 pounds, cuts down to 145. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Even couldn't make 155 on short notice because it was that bad against Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib, the king of 155.
Khabib the king.
I was hearing the Fight Companion today, and Eddie Bravo was going off about his darts king, like saying that he could just dart you from anywhere. How he's just perfected that part of his game. He's like that. This fight's gonna be real good fight. That they have a lot of traps.
Yeah, Tony's just harping in on it.
Yeah, he says that they got a lot of traps set up for Khabib, that they feel like they know where Khabib is good at, that Khabib doesn't know all the places that Tony's good at. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to that fight.
That's a day after my fight. I can't wait. That's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah, I honestly think Khabib's gonna maul him, but I see why it could be a great fight.
It's weird when you hear somebody say that a fighter could win a fight based off cutting the other guy.
Yeah, that's because you're in New York.
Yeah. New York, that's where they stopped
the
Diaz
fight. But then people like me, you're like, shit, I wish that fight would have kept going. And then I'm here complaining about why didn't they stop the Wilder fight. So it's like, it's like, which one is it, asshole?
Well, you got ties. You wanted to keep seeing George fight, even though he won. You wanted to see George go out there and get a finish, just as much as George wanted to. I think everybody wanted to. But that cut, imagine if that would have connected and it just fell out in the cage. Oh, that'd have been wild.
That was a bad cut.
Yeah, I still think they should have at least let it go. Let him take one or two more hits. Like it's Nate Diaz.
Yeah, he's cutting everything.
Yeah, they got him and his brother so much scar tissue. It's crazy.
But yeah, man. But I don't know. No, who do you think should fight Fury next? Anthony Joshua, or you want to see the Wilder fight again?
I think with how clearly he won that fight, you got to see him fight someone else. You got to see him fight Joshua.
That's what I think. I don't really care to see the Wilder fight. At least Wilder should win like 2 more fights, and then if it's there, they should do it again. But right now, I want to see him against Anthony Joshua.
Want to see that? And then you saw him putting some front headlocks on Deontay in the fight, training with Darren Till. We might see a Stipe and Tyson Fury fight down the line.
You know how much money that would bring? That's a big crossover, and that's realistically that's a real good fight. Because Tyson Fury is a pretty athletic guy, so you don't know. I still think Stipe will take him down and probably ground and pound him and submit him, but you never know. This guy, he's something else.
Yeah, 6'9", 273, and he was moving like he was lightweight.
And the boy,
maybe not lightweight, but
and the boy could sing.
That boy can sing.
He could sing. He can't dance, but he could sing.
He does have some vocals. He loves it too. Anytime he gets a mic, that guy loves the camera.
They were saying today that he's the closest thing to Muhammad Ali in the sense of his talent and the way he markets himself and his way of thinking, that he's the closest thing we've seen to Muhammad Ali. Obviously, that's a big statement, but I see what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just, 2 years ago, he was addicted to drugs and contemplating suicide, and now here we are. He's a world champ, the most known boxer probably in this era. That's a crazy turnaround right there.
Yeah, that's insane, man. That he got his shit together like that. That's mental toughness right there.
For real. Yeah. Now for the fighting, we'll move on to a different segment. We'll talk about some current events happening now. I think there was a video online of 9-year-old kid, Quaden Bells. His mom posted a video. He had been bullied at school and caught wind, became insanely viral. A lot of support for him, and even I think his name is Brad Williams, another comedian. He has dwarfism, starting up a GoFundMe to send this kid to Disneyland, and it got to like $450,000, and then everyone from what I saw, everyone was supporting the kid up until he started getting a bunch of money, and people saw the money and were like, "Oh, why is this guy getting money?" And they started looking for stuff saying he was like an actor and. This was all a scam. What do you think?
I have a serious question. Like, I didn't get that whole Disneyland thing. Like, what was he gonna ride in Disneyland? Seriously, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. But then I saw that the video might be real, and then I started looking more into it, and it's actually a little kid, and I'm just mad at the mom, man. The mom, to me, shouldn't have done that. You don't videotape your son going through that moment and then make it public. You're just being a bully yourself. She did it for other reasons. She did it with the right feelings in mind. I don't know, but I just didn't like that she posted that video. I think she could have gone a different way about it. But it sucks for the kid, man. Like,
bro, it was a real cringy video to watch. Yeah. Like, see, the way she was just filming him, like standing over him, like, this is what bullying does. Can you see this? Like, I think she did have like the right intentions in mind. Like, she was trying to spread awareness of like bullying, but you're standing over a 9-year-old kid videoing him, like cussing, saying you're gonna hurt people if they, like, next person that bullies him, if I see it, blah blah. It's like, no, you love him, but you're like console. In my eyes, I'm thinking you like video him crying, put the phone away, and console him. And then you go out and post it, and like, or take it to the school. Like, this is what I come home to every day, and y'all aren't gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, it's just, the whole thing just made me nervous. I didn't know whether to laugh or to take it serious. Like when I started seeing the things that it might have been a comedian, I kind of was like, oh, all right. At least it's not that bad. But when I saw it was actually a little kid, it's kind of messed up, man. Like, nobody should bully nobody, and man, it sucks, man, to be in that situation as a kid. I think nowadays it's just worse just because of the social media aspect of it. Like, they get bullied in school and they get bullied online. Yeah. So it's like it's a double whammy. It's a fucked up situation to be in.
And that's just social media. Like, she posted on social media, got all the love and support at first, and then from my eyes, I think it was everybody sending him money, that people saw him getting money, and they were like, oh, why is he getting money? I don't want to support that anymore. But the initial point of it, when everyone was supporting him, I was like, all right, like, if it is true, which I think it is true, he's really going through that, then that's good to put it on social media and get him out there, and celebrities who are taking him in and showing him some good time so he doesn't commit suicide or something like that. But
it shows that people still have some type of, like, people still have a heart, that we're not as cold as people think that society's becoming and stuff. Like, it's sad, man. Like, to see a little kid go through that. Like, I have 2 boys. I wouldn't want them to go through that. It's fucked up.
Speaking of little boys, we'll move on to our next topic.
But is he going to Disneyland?
I don't know. He may have already gone to Disneyland. I'm sure with all the money he's got, he's definitely going somewhere. $450,000.
Shit,
that's crazy. But yeah, next topic: little boy or girl, Dwyane Wade's son, getting a sex change.
Yeah. What the
fuck? I
don't know. I'm all good with the kid. like feeling like he's gay and or whatever's going through his head. But first of all, I don't think they should. That's another part that I don't feel like they should have made it public. Like I think they should have dealt with that in house. If they're gonna really support their son or daughter, whatever she identifies as, then do it at home in the privacy of your home. Nobody needs to know what's going on in your household. And I don't know. It's a fucking crazy situation,
dude. I couldn't even imagine him being a celebrity. I guess that's why they made it, him and his wife being celebrities. I guess that's why they made it public. But dude, 12 years old, and like, you should not be able to make that big of a decision at 12 years old.
I think Dwyane Wade's not saying it, but I think that shit is crushing to him. Like, nobody wants to say that, but I think being a male athlete, you're an alpha male, and then your son comes out of the closet to you, and you're like, all right, that's cool, and then on top of that, you're gonna try to guide him through a sex change.
Yeah, not even come out of the closet. Straight up say identifies as a girl and wants to be a girl. Dude, I saw some Lil Boozy. You know, he posted a video talking shit about Dwyane. His son came out and was like, his son's 16 years old. He goes, I know some girls who would show that boy some things to turn him back straight.
Fucking Boozy needs to fucking calm down, bro.
That was his son.
No, but I'm saying, like, Boozy went off.
Boozy's pissed.
The thing that I didn't like, honestly, was the nails and like the whole going over the top thing is like, I feel like Dwyane Wade definitely doesn't need the publicity because he's one of the greatest of all time. But it almost feels like they're trying to get a little bit of attention out of it. Like, not everybody wants to be a spokesman for everything. Oh, I want to be a spokesman for gay people. I want to be a spokesman for bullying. Everybody wants to be a fucking spokesman now. And I think that's where everything gets kind of shady for me. You know me, I'm not like really a social guy. Yeah. But that's the part I don't like. I think that all those problems should be dealt with in-house. And I think he should support his son or his daughter, whatever she feels or he feels like he is. But the whole bringing it to public, I don't think they should do that. There's a lot of little kids out there that shouldn't be exposed to that, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That's just insane. Being 12 years old, should not be able to make a decision. That should not happen. You could wake up 4 or 5 years later, still your brain's not even fully grown, and you're like, did I really do that? Like, yeah. I'm a man. From my eyes, if you're born with a dick, you're a man. Born with a vagina, you're a woman. Yeah. That's just he can wake up anytime in the future. 12 years old, brain is not developed whatsoever.
You know, it's funny though that when you're 12 years old and you're like, oh, I like that girl, all guys are like, yeah, that's my son. And if your son's like, oh, I like that boy, everybody's like, his brain is not fucking developed.
His brain's not developed, dude.
I think the kid's fucking gay, like, but I don't think that he should have a sex change at this point. Like, I think he should be at least 18, 21 and be like, shit.
Yeah, you can't even drink alcohol till you're 21. Yeah. Or now some places can't even get tobacco till you're 21. But you can change your sex? What?
Yeah, that's
makes
crazy.
Zero fucking sense.
I feel bad for the person that I feel bad is for Dwyane Wade. Like, I know he's being supportive, but I know this fucker's not taking it as good as he seems like he's taking it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being a dominant male athlete, and your son comes and does that. It's like, it takes a hit to your ego too, a little bit. Like, shit, nobody's gonna look at me the same like they did.
Or like locker room talk. You know how guys are. For sure, there's motherfuckers making jokes about that shit in locker rooms that they shouldn't be making jokes about it, but it happens. So it's I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Like I said, I think you should support the kid, but I think they should have kept it a little bit more private.
Yeah, so that.
But today they had the Kobe Bryant thing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch it. I didn't get a chance to check out the memorial today.
Yeah,
What an inspiring dude, that guy. So very rare you see somebody that I guess extravagant or so you want to say in a sport where he transcends the sport. He just did so much more, touched so many more people outside of the sport, and then after the sport, his drive to do his own business and his coaching with his daughter, unfortunately passed with him. That dude's drive and work ethic was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was hearing I think it was actually Dwyane Wade saying that when he first came into the league, Kobe was just a straight up killer. That he was just focused about winning games, and just he really didn't open himself up to people. But he said something happened after the first Olympic Games that they went to, and that Kobe just started embracing that new generation to come in, and that he was the first player to ever do that, and that made him and LeBron and Melo and all the guys from that generation that much better. And we've seen where basketball's gone in the last couple of years. I think basketball's in its best space ever right now, marketing wise, athlete wise, everything. I think Jordan opened the doors, and I think Kobe just perfected it, and now LeBron's just taking over with it. But like losing Kobe was a big hit, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, no, you grew up looking up to that guy, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I know that one touched you. Man.
Yeah, man. We're definitely gonna be a little bit more organized for the next one. We don't have Bailey barking back there, and we'll set up the what? How do you say that word? What we talk about.
I just like a format.
Yeah, like a format and stuff.
CTE flaring up.
It's the language barrier. Right now I'm in the Spanish dimension.
All right, we're cutting it out now.
Oh, today Jose told me I was awakened.
Awakened?
Oh, man, that made my day.
That's a very Jose thing to say.
Yeah, but we want some feedback to see what you guys think, and we'll just build up on that.
But yeah, thank y'all for listening. Comment whatever you liked, disliked, any recommendations or anything below this video. This is OT with Coach and the Kid. Appreciate y'all listening.
Peace out.